What's going on, everybody? Hope all is well with you today as we are here Wednesday and it's another week in tech and we're in the lab. That's right. We're here to simplify tech in a language that you understand. And I definitely appreciate everyone that's here. I see Shirley P says, hello, tall boy. I'm in the lab tonight. Thank you for hanging out with us. And I'm not sure why that popped up on the screen, but we'll figure that out in a second. But anyway, let's see. We got the Digital Growth Hacks Club. Yes, baby, I'm back in the house. Hit the Spot is here. Sammy Superstar. Lisa Maria said, hey, I'm early. So, you guys are all in the house, and I definitely appreciate it. Make sure you tag a friend, tell a friend about what's going on, and let them know that we are live in the lab because today I have a special guest. This gentleman, let me see if I can pull up my notes. I thought I could just do it off the top of my head, but he's a Portland, Oregon native. So, unfortunately, if you follow anything about basketball, they got rid of C.J. McCollum, and he's killing down there in he's
Killer.
killing down there in New Orleans. And then their other star player, Damian Lillard, Dame time, he's hurt, so maybe he might have to get on the
hmm
court. He's a software engineer and he's also the CEO of Workfrom, and he's going to tell us all about it. All right. So without further ado, we're going to make some things happen tonight. And let me introduce you to Mr. David Buckner. How you doing, sir?
Well, how you doing today? And thanks again for having me on. This is exciting to connect with everybody in the audience and talk tech and everything. Everything work from.
And that's what's up, man. So real briefly, before we get into the show, do you mind telling people a little bit about your background, and then we'll go into um, the regular part of the show.
Sure. As you mentioned, I'm born and raised in Portland, Oregon. I live here now. I've lived other places, but been back for about 10 years, and I got my software career, my software engineering career, sort of kick started after I moved to Las Vegas from Portland. I moved to Las Vegas to work in nightclubs as a bouncer. I also used to do private security for celebrities and others in the area, but I really love tech and I taught myself how to code. And ultimately, I got good enough that I got a job as a software engineer, and then that sort of accelerated from there. My passion for helping people, solve problems, and particularly solving problems for myself as well, led me to entrepreneurship and ultimately to Workfrom, which is one of the most popular platforms now to help people work remotely, work virtually all over the world. We've built a really big community, over 150,000 people who have joined our community to enable their workday in ways that was difficult before, and ultimately we build tools that help people do just that in more and better ways, and especially into 2020 when remote work became very, very popular.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. So we're going to talk more about your project or your service called Work From a little bit later on. But in the meantime, we have make sure you guys comment. Please comment. Let me know that you're here because if you don't comment, there's no way that I can have an actual record. So if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you comment, and then that way we can have a record of you being here as well. Okay. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the show. Our stash stock party of the evening is, believe it or not, it's 420 corporate cannabis ETF. So it's not saying that you're going to be able to smoke cannabis, but
Ow.
you can actually own a piece of stock tonight. All right. So this is how it works. I'm not into investing. I did not know much about it, but they have a thing called Stash Stock Party where you can sign up on Stash Stock, and I think it's stashstock.com, or I think that's the website. And once you go there, you sign up, and every Wednesday and one day out of the off the weekend, they offer you a piece of incremental stock to where you can actually own it. You don't own a whole share, but you own a piece of incremental stock. Okay, so if you would like to do that, tonight's product offering is corporate cannabis ETF, and you actually own a piece of that. If you would like to learn more, if you click in the description of this YouTube video, If you sign up using my link, I think it's $20 or $25 off. Once you use the link and you add 25 or 20, you get 20 or 25. So if that's something that you're into, by all means, jump into it. All right. Um, I'm not going to ask you, but it is 420. Do you smoke?
I'm in Oregon.
Ow.
I mean, do I? I mean, it's. I think for those who know, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not a smoker, but hey, I'm not mad at you, brother. Get it in however you get it in there, okay? All right. Look, this week in tech, there's really nothing really new in tech, but I mean, for me to talk about. But I do want to let you know if there's a Krispy Kreme in your area, go to Krispy Kreme's Instagram page or KrispyKreme.com every Wednesday. Okay, every Wednesday, all the way up until May 4th, you can get a dozen donuts for whatever the average price of a gallon of gas is. Okay, I'm just letting you guys know that you can now get until May 4th. You can get some Krispy Kreme donuts for the price of a gallon of gas. I can't make this up. Go to their website, KrispyKreme.com. Go to their Instagram, Krispy Kreme, and you'll see all about it, okay? So that's what it is. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump into the show, and we're going to talk about... All right, you're back. Are you there?
I'm back.
All right.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep, you're here, so we're going to figure it out. All right, so Netflix. We're going to go
All
ahead
right.
and jump into it. Netflix, we're going to see what Netflix is doing. Give me 1 second. Let me pull this article up. There you go. And Netflix. It says 100 million household uses someone else's account. So
100 million.
do you have Netflix? Do you use Netflix? Be honest.
I do have Netflix. I use Netflix. I pay for Netflix. I haven't always. I'm one of those 100 million, or I was one of those 100 million households that used to use somebody else's password. So hopefully that doesn't give me any kind of trouble. But I've been paying them for a little while now.
All right, well, check this out. This is how the article reads, okay? So follow along with me when you get a chance. Let me see if I can get this right. I'm making sure I'm doing this right. Let's see. Give me 1 second. There we go. Give me 1 second. I do apologize. All right, there we go. That's what I want. All right. So basically, if you're using someone else's Netflix account, this news is for you. Netflix wants to monetize sharing, and it wants to do it soon. Basically, the shareholders, as part of their Q1 revenue results, Netflix for the first time put a figure on the total number of households using another household's account. In essence, that's 100 million plus households that are currently bringing Bridgerton or whatever your favorite show is on Netflix using someone else's credentials and not paying Netflix for the service. The company currently has over 221 million paying subscribers globally, but that number is virtually unchanged in this last quarter, all right? So there are, by Netflix's count, roughly about 33% more people who could also be paying to watch the next Squid Games. Your thoughts on this, Darren?
So I mentioned, I was one of those people who was benefiting from somebody else's password for some time, and there may be a few others who are benefiting from our password now that we pay for it. So it's I feel like it's a common thing. Certainly, that number 100 million, it was big. I didn't think it was that many, but it also means that they know, that who's doing what. So I think that. I think that Netflix should ultimately just sort of lean into this as an opportunity to connect people in more of a community way. I look at sharing passwords as really community building in many ways. I think that people are sharing passwords with friends and with families and those who they trust, and that ultimately they have some sort of a meaningful relationship with. And I think that that's an opportunity if Netflix is looking to do more, with an existing connection that is meaningful in people's lives. I think there's an opportunity there. So I'd say, try to roll out something that allowed those people who are sharing passwords the ability to connect in more community-focused ways, maybe more social ways on their platform. And I think that they would see not only more engagement, which if you read the article, they talk about that being more important for their future. I think they would see a lot more of that, and that might be a win-win for everybody.
Okay. All right. Check this out. Let me read some more of this article for us. Basically, it is saying that it's no secret that the popular streaming service now cares about people sharing accounts. It unveiled a pilot program where it would add a $2.99 surcharge to accounts that want to share their credentials outside of the household. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, where it was only in Peru, Costa Rica, and also Chile. So just giving you a heads up, this was a pilot program that they tested, I want to say about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. And now I think they're about to start expanding this. All right. So based on the wording of the letter, it is now clear that Netflix may move swiftly to expand the program because they want to make their money. Okay. So while we won't be able to monetize all of it right now, it's a large short to midterm opportunity. Now think about it. They could possibly go with ads, right? So they could possibly do ad supported type stuff. They could, right now, Hulu does it, HBO Max does it, Peacock does it, but Peacock is already free anyway. But I mean, Netflix is the only platform, even Apple TV does ads. So I think Netflix is the only one that does not do ads. So that could be a way that they can go with it as well. Okay. So that's just something to think about. Netflix growth struggles are actually spread across a number of factors. And they say it can't control, like how many people buy connected or smart TVs, people switching from cable and broadcast to on-demand services, and rising data costs. So it's worth noting that Netflix does not control the cost of broadband data, but it does manage its own service pricing. And they've been raising those rates because they just raised them this year. I think it's like $20 a month or something like that.
I think that's right.
This is just something to think about, you know. So I want you to just something to think about with this kind of stuff. She said, I think it's $20. So they raised it 2 times this year. Despite the sizable number of people sharing despite the sizable number of people sharing Netflix, they're saying it's 100 million globally and 30 million in the U.S. and Canada. Netflix says that the number of shares has remained relatively static in recent years. This makes Netflix no less anxious to leverage the potential revenue. So, I mean, it's just a way to make more money for Netflix, right? I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, give $2.99. Would you be willing to pay $2.99 to share your password, or would you just try to find a way? Would you try to find a way to just say, how do I get this workaround to be able to still continue to share it? Put your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think. All right. Let's see. Brooke Herford. Hi, Brooke. Never seen you here on the show before. She says, I love Bridgerton. Streaming isn't free. It's pay or stay away. That's real talk, man. And friends and family sharing is a good thing. And yeah, no one's putting their passwords on social media. You're right about that, Leonard. That's real talk. I like what Rich Vibes is saying. Damn, what do companies expect? Far too many subscription services. People, ATM have to cut costs where they can.
Hold up.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, he's telling the truth. I mean,
Yeah, he is telling the truth.
let's see. TPC Group says they also lost 200,000 for the first time as well. So I wonder what those folks who only had the service to share. Something to think about. Netflix hit the spot says for Netflix to charge $20 for me to have a family to have a family is a lot. Yeah, I mean it's especially with nothing on it. She says, yeah, that's true. So $20.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think they only have like one good show, once every 2 months, and then it's like we binge watch it
every 2 months.
yeah, and then we're ready to go. I'm gonna still keep it. I never know what I want to watch. It's a cheap option for me. I understand. Uh,
Yep.
they said,
Oh, hell no!
where's your oh, hell no button at? So, so we're gonna just say no, hell no, we can't do it. So yeah, just something to think about. With Netflix doing this, just keep in mind that they're going to be probably trying to find a way to make some money off of this, and trust and believe they're going to be doing it sooner than later. Okay, trust and believe it. Okay, I'm just saying. Basically, it is also clear that the world returns to life outside of our COVID bubble. Netflix has experienced a sort of whiplash growth and decline. It was rapid
That's right.
during 2020, but pulled back significantly in 2021, and the slowdown has only accelerated due to the factors Netflix can't control and those tens of millions of unpaying account shares. So, what does this mean for you? If you're one of the millions of people sharing your parents' accounts, maybe a friend or a distant relative, Netflix is putting you on notice. All right. So you've been forewarned that those days may be over. Now, this is what YouTube does. And I don't know if you know about this, but YouTube TV, if you log into an account outside of your zip code area, they tell you you have 30 days. Because what if I come to Portland, Oregon, and I log into
Correct.
it's my account, I'm paying for it, right? So they give you 30 days to log back into your zip code. So if you don't do that, that's how they know that you're sharing the account, if that makes sense.
That does
So
make sense. So,
so that's what
yeah.
YouTube TV that's what YouTube TV does. Maybe this is what they might do over here. All right. There probably won't be a global account sharing surcharge today or tomorrow or next week, but it's surely coming. So I think by Christmas time, you're gonna hear more about this. All right. So basically, it's happening. Just be ready for it. That's all I can say.
My hunch is it's gonna not happen that fast. I think they like having the numbers, the usage numbers, the viewing numbers. Those mean a lot more anyway to them getting the content deals and the other types of things that really drive the engine behind it. So I think they've got a lot of subscribers, and I think they'll work to get more. But I think they're not going to be too quick to sort of rock that boat. A lot of people. That's 100 million people who could potentially leave or not convert in the ways they want. And that really hurts a lot of the other numbers. So I think that they won't be too quick to do it.
I think they will. Like I said, I'll give them to the. I'll give them. Might be in a situation where you got to figure something out. Okay, so you're put on note. You're basically put on notice. That's all I can really tell you. All right. All right. Let's jump into this next story. Are you a drone guy at all, Darren?
I'm drone curious. I don't own any drones. I've never flown a drone, but I like the idea of drones for a lot of different things. And this next story is pretty exciting. I think there's some really cool opportunities here.
All right. Well, believe it or not, you would have thought that you would have thought that Amazon or you would have thought Amazon would have beat Walmart or so let's check this out. Walmart. Let's see what they're doing here. Earlier this month, Google's sister company is called Wing. Okay, it's called Wing. They began offering drone delivery service in Dallas suburbs of Frisco and Little Elm. Wing drones take off from Nest in two Walgreens parking lots to deliver things like health products or ice cream to nearby customers. Wing describes it as the first ever commercial drone delivery service in a major U.S. metropolitan area. Your thoughts on that?
Well, so I said I think there's a lot of opportunity here. I'm thinking a lot about these recurring deliveries. I'm thinking a lot about medication. I'm thinking a lot about the things that you buy over and over again every month, and how something like this would make a lot of sense. We're quite predictable, and these kind of services I think could benefit from not having a human have to do all the stuff, right, all of the time. So I think there's something here. I think that these folks are onto something. There'll be a lot of technical issues, and I know that the article talks about some of the regulations around it that'll be tough. But if they can get it right, I can imagine that this could be the future of, getting that subscription delivery or getting that, regular prescription that you would otherwise go and pick up, having it show up on your or nearby your home. Maybe not at your home, but nearby your home.
One reason they say Walmart has also been running its own drone delivery service near Bentonville, Arkansas, which is its headquarters. And basically, Walmart delivers a range of products to customers within a 1.5-mile radius of two Walmart stores. So basically, you have Dallas and you have Bentonville, Arkansas, that they're testing this out in. The service will soon expand to a third Walmart store in the same corner of Arkansas. Amazon drone efforts, basically, they crashed one of their drones last week at a test facility in Oregon, not Portland, but no one was injured. And basically, they're a little behind. But basically, Jeff Bezos said back in a segment on 60 Minutes in 2013, he basically said that drone deliveries might reach the market in 4 to 5 years. So you're talking about 2013. He said about 2018. So it's happening about 7 to 8 years after he said that. But I mean, they're just not where they need to be. So I mean, this is just something that Google and who is the other one? Google and Walmart. They've actually beat
Walmart.
Google and Walmart have actually beat them to the punch. The Wing and Walmart services are still pretty limited, and each service initially designed to perform around 100 deliveries per day. The drone delivery is finally moving beyond the research and development phase. Wing and Walmart are using drones to deliver real merchandise to real customers. The question is, how fast can they do it, and how many other companies can follow their lead? Now, here's the problem. Regulations are a major factor in the slow development of this technology, okay? The FAA tightly controls every aspect of these services, requiring companies to get separate approval each time they expand to a new area. So the future of the industry is kind of whatever the FAA says is going to happen. And there's nothing that you can do about that, all right?
Not much.
Now, one of the biggest holdups that the FAA says is with drone operations, it's a requirement that they be conducted within view of a human operator. And companies can request a waiver of this requirement, but, that ain't going to happen as fast as you want it to. And basically, it's just not going to happen as fast as we want it to. Basically, DroneUp has opted for a decidedly low-tech solution, constructing a miniature control tower about 30 feet high in the parking lot of each Walmart. That's a great way to do it. And basically, an operator in this control tower can see a drone as far as 1.5 miles away. And they hope that the FAA will eventually waive the line of sight requirement, allowing the company to utilize the full 3-mile range of its current drones to serve many more customers. Your thoughts on that?
What do you want to have show up in a drone? I think that there's the kind of packages that you really would want delivered from a drone are going to be pretty limited as well. Out of our control here.
All right, so go ahead. Tell me, finish your thought or finish your statement.
Yeah, I think there'll be certain kinds of things, that you'll get from a drone, if anything, and I think that's where they'll start. They'll start with things that just make sense, that are easy. I actually think that before drones, we're going to see more of the like sort of land robot. They look like little rovers. I don't know if you've seen these before, but they're these
here in Atlanta.
Cities.
Yeah,
they're in Atlanta. Yeah, so I think I think we'll see a lot more of that spread first, and that actually kind of gets people ready for, I think, something coming from there. Like getting ready to have something be delivered in that sort of fashion, and I think they'll learn a lot from those sorts of things, and then figure out where they can go from there. But I think it's possible, and I think that we follow what we dream up. We often are able to get there. Sometimes it doesn't happen, as fast as we want. But this is something that's been around for almost, over a decade. You said Bezos talked about, he wanted to see it in 4 or 5 years, and that's been a long time ago. So I think it'll come. but there's no shortages of challenges, so it will be slow. And I think we'll start to see other ways. Autonomous vehicles and robots and other types of things are more likely to make an impact sooner, I think, for most households.
Yeah, that makes sense. Basically, flying over people and moving vehicles is against the law. And
Yeah.
basically, drone ups aircraft have the ability to dynamically route around areas where um, people and moving vehicles are. And it also has sensors that let us know where people are on the ground. And the drones have multiple redundancies to help ensure that the failure of any one component won't cause it to crash. The average delivery for this drone, so for it to deliver the medicine, for it to deliver the toothpaste or your clothes or whatever it may be, takes about 27 minutes. Once a drone arrives at a customer's location, a remote human operator uses cameras on the drone to verify that there is no one in the landing area. Customers are asked to keep themselves and their pets indoors until the drone flies off, and the flight will abort if the operator sees anyone near the drop off point. If the coast is clear, the drone will lower a Walmart box using a cable from a height of around 80 feet. Once the package is safely on the ground, the drone flies away and the customer can pick it up. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that, right? I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that.
No. I
So,
mean, if you think about that, you got to have you have to have open areas though to be able to drop that. So there's going to be a lot of houses that are going to struggle to even have
what
the
about
ability
backyards?
to
What about
receive.
the backyards?
Maybe, but I'd imagine trees and other things, would be quite difficult. And then I can already see the headlines about dogs somehow getting a hold of these drones or pulling a drone out of the sky. Didn't see it, but it came around, came out of nowhere, kind of thing. But yeah, probably set up stations, for those homes that want it. Maybe set up like ways for them to sort of designate an area to be dropped off. Yeah, I could see that as well. Maybe how you do with some of the other like grocery products that are out there, delivery services. You get a box that you designate for these things. You do something like that.
Okay, all right. The article continues to say the company drones have about 8 propellers, and they can carry up
They're
to
really
three
cool looking.
pounds. And basically says the drones are capable of carrying significantly more than the 3 pounds. But for comparison, Wing, which is Google, says it can deliver up to 2.5 pounds of cargo. At the same time, Drone Up managed to keep the drone's weight with cargo under 55 pounds. And that's important because operating a drone over 55 pounds requires a special permission from the FAA. So everybody's trying to get around the rules.
That's right.
They can't say how many stores we're going to be opening this year or next year, but they're planning to grow the company from 200 to 600 people this year, with a substantial share of those new workers being drone operators. That's a lot, man. That that
That
that
is a
that
lot.
that is a lot.
I see a lot of young folks who are really good at play video games, potentially having a future as a drone operator.
Right,
I
right,
saw a story. Yeah, yeah, maybe that's one of the next industries to take off, right?
right. I like it. I mean, your thoughts about this in the comments? What do you guys think of this? Do you guys like this? Can you see your product being delivered to your home in your backyard? It probably won't be your front yard, but in your backyard. Can you see that? Let us know. Oh, let's see. Look at this. The FAA is looking for their piece of the pie. And
Mm-hmm.
my man Leonard McGee says it's up in the air. Yep. So yeah, I think everybody wants to find a way to make their money, if that makes any sense. So I like it. I like the fact that if you're in an apartment complex, they probably will not deliver to your home. But I think it probably more residential areas that are where homeowners. I think that would be a great situation. I like the 30 foot. What was it? 30 foot or 80 foot towers? I like that.
Yeah, 80 foot, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, 80 foot towers. I like that situation to where you can actually have a pair of binoculars and you can see, and They can look into the camera on the cell phone. You know, the cell phone's connected to the drone. I mean, to your remote control, and you can literally
Mm-hmm.
see the backyard. But I think it's really at the last minute, the pet or the dog getting out of the house and going after the cord or jumping on top of it or something like
Exactly.
that. I think that's the problem that I'm a little bit more worried about. But like they say, you know, there's going to be a couple of hiccups before they actually make it actually, you know, stop, before actually there's a problem with it. My man says, I hope I'm saying it right. Evans Jr. Ulysses says it's not a bad idea, especially remote access areas. So this is in Dallas metropolitan area in the suburbs, and it's
The
also
suburbs. Yeah.
and it's also in Bentonville, Arkansas. So just thinking about that, you got to remember Bentonville, Arkansas is a small town. So a lot of homeowners in that area. Now it's interesting to see that they put it in the suburbs of Dallas. So I mean, think about another metropolitan city. And
Yeah.
then let's see. I like what Shirley says. She says, "Not here in L.A. Too much package thieves." And and then Shalala Productions says, "Interesting stuff there for sure." So yeah, I mean, I just think it's just a matter of just finding the right area and then kind of, you know, making it happen from there. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's right. It's a logistics problem.
Yeah, I think that's really what it boils down to. All right, guys, this is the part of the show that we do this. Hey, everybody, it's the Lab Tech Show. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You know why? It's one of the hottest shows on a Wednesday night. I need you to like, subscribe, tell a friend. Come on, it's the Lab Tech Show. I'm breaking down tech in a language that you understand. Come on, man. It doesn't get any simpler than this. Will you subscribe? Will you tell a friend? Come on. I only got 105 followers. Help me get up there. Will you boost the numbers? Come on. We got the CEO of Workfrom on here. He's up here giving his thoughts. And we're breaking down tech in a language that you understand. That's pretty much it. Will you follow? Will you like? Will you subscribe? The Lab Tech Show. That was a live read, man. You think you can do that?
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
Come on, man.
No.
You
I'm
couldn't do
not
that?
that talented. No, I'm not like you. You're talented. I was just admiring your work. I think that would be hard for a lot of us.
Come on, man. It's Darren Buckner, CEO of Workfrom. I need you to follow the Lab Tech Show on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and just put your own spin to it. You think you can do that?
Yes, Darren Buckner, CEO of Workfrom. I
No,
need
no,
you to
no, no.
follow
Hold on,
the
hold on, hold
lab.
on. No, hold on. I'm gonna get the beat right. You ready? I'm gonna put the beat
Okay.
on. You got to go to the beat now. Here we go.
All
3,
right.
2.
All right, y'all. It's Darren Buckner, the CEO of Workfrom, and I need you to follow the Lab Tech Show. Why? Because it's the hottest tech show on a Wednesday night, and you know we're breaking down things in a way that only you can understand. Meet us here. Follow us. We got 105 subscribers, but we need to double that, triple that by next Wednesday. So tell a friend, tell a family member, tell anybody on the street, but let's do it together. Can't wait to see you next week.
Ow.
Am I hired?
Yeah, man. I'm bringing you on.
Yeah.
I'm bringing you on. I love it that you did it all on beat and everything. See, Lisa Maria was over there hating.
That's the easy part.
Yeah, see, Lisa Maria was hating. She's over there saying, he straight up said, nope. Come on, Lisa Maria. All right, guys. Make sure you have your adult beverages. Make sure you comment because we're about to start talking about Workfrom. But before we do that, before we start talking about Workfrom, I got a couple promos that I would like for you guys to check out real quick. They told me to say that I am now officially the hip hop tech guy on 247mixing.com. 24 hours, 7 days a week. They basically say you can play it at work, you can play it at church. It's A DJ always mixing, all clean mixes. That's right, all clean mixes. So they got gospel, R&B, hip hop, rock. Rich Vibes, he left. So Rich Vibes, if you watch the replay, maybe you can get on 247mixing.com as well. They're looking for DJs. There's the hottest mixes, and it's always 24/7. You can get it on Google, Apple Store, and they're even on Alexa. All right, and you can watch them live Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and then the Lab Tech Show comes on at 8. All right. Then we have all things YouTube. Matt Haas, he has his news, channels, and reviews and tips. If you want to learn anything and everything about YouTube, check out All Things YouTube's live Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, and it's all there for you. Do you like the iron? Do you like the iron? My man, Ironing Man Paul Weber, he says join his live streams every Sunday at 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. in the morning for you, Darren, because you're on the West Coast. And if you're in the UK, you can watch this man iron and talk about whatever may be on your mind, okay? And then also every Monday night, he also has, if you want to learn anything and all things about audio, he talks to you about audio production. He is an audio engineer, and he literally breaks it down to a science and to a language that you understand. And any questions that you have, he got you. All right. And then we have the Kessel Chat. That's right. Every Thursday, 9 p.m. your time, West Coast. Friday night at midnight, I'm asleep. 5 a.m. in the UK on YouTube. If you like Star Wars, anything Star Wars, check out the Kessel Chat. Jeff Bull and his partner over there on the left of the screen, they literally talk about Star Wars. So you can do your Yoda and all the other characters that are out there, okay? And then lastly, we have Rich Vibes. Y'all know this man can DJ his butt off. So 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. on Sunday. All right. So right when you get out of church or right before you go to church, Darren, you have Sunday Night Live with Rich Vibes. When you can't come to the party comes to you. All right. So that's what's going on.
Ow.
As far as promotions, if you're looking for something to watch on YouTube, since you probably won't be able to be doing Netflix sooner than later, you can just catch all this stuff out on YouTube, or you can catch it out on Mixcloud. All right. So I'm just trying to plug you in as far as with some of the greatest things that are going on in the world. All right. As far as shows are concerned. With that being said, before we get started, I need you to put your name in the not your name, but I need you to at least let us know that you're here watching, because this brother right here is about to tell us all about Workfrom, what it's about, how it works. And then after the show, if you would like, I'm going to go into the room. And if you want to actually meet and greet and see what this actually looks like, I'm going into the room. All right. So we're going to show you what it looks like. He's going to tell you about it. And then we might have something for you at the end. All right. But you got to comment. If you don't comment, it is what it is. OK, Darren, without further ado, tell us what Workfrom is and what it's all about.
Well, as I mentioned at the top of the show, we've been working to enable people to work remotely, work virtually for some time. And we're a brand that helps to do that, to build human connection with folks who no longer get it from people. It's a big part of how we work. We often feed off the energy of others. We often are more focused. We're more productive when we're able to be around other people. And so what we wanted to do was to build a technology that would allow to make that much easier. We're all very familiar with tools like Zoom and other types of video conferencing technology, but those are great for meetings, for presentations, for being able to get together and share information in that format. But what if you want to be able to have shared experiences, feed off the energy of each other, be able to have a place that you can sort of make yours and personalize and be found, have people be able to come by in a more fluid and a more social sort of fashion. That's what we've built, and we have now thousands and thousands of people who are using these spaces to do just that, connect with other people. Often they're doing some sort of work, often they're socializing, but at the end of the day, it's about connecting with other people and having a place to do that is easy, that's free of friction, and it brings more to the experience than just a box on the screen where there's a lot left to be desired. So these are very creative spaces. I often call them spaces that are made to create, and to really, I'd say, like, sort of build the world that you want and that you want to be able to have people share with you. And so I know that we're going to be able to potentially see one of these rooms a little later on today. And I think you'll see that, you can do just that. You can create a space that people can drop in and connect with you, that they can meet with you, that they can, ultimately be around each other, and build off of that energy, build off of that kind of shared experience.
So is this the actual website that we need to send people to, or is this the website we need to send people to? So this
So
is
yeah, so this is one. Yeah, what you're seeing right here on the screen is one of the rooms.
okay.
If you go to workfrom.com, you'll be able to see that you can end up at this product that we're seeing here.
Okay. So
It is it's a little different location.
So real briefly, do you want them to go to workfrom.co or workfrom.com? Which one do you want them to go to?
I want them to go to either. They both work, but workfrom.co and workfrom.com both lead to the same place. So
Okay.
if it's easier to remember the .com, go ahead and go to the .com.
Okay, so let's go to workfrom.co where the actual website actually is not the room. I'm trying to see if I can get it switched back over to the other one, to the other area. Let's see. We're switching it to the other.
These are virtual rooms that again you can create and customize to be anything you want. There are endless possibilities, but I'll give you some examples of how people use them. Again, often people are getting together because they're teammates. They're wanting to be closer to each other, even though they're not working in the same place. A lot of folks who are not teammates, but also are part of sort of like-minded groups, communities, and things like that, are also using these spaces to get together. And then we have a whole lot of individuals who want to have a place that somebody can drop by, that is much more fluid and is dedicated to providing an experience that they want, that they've curated. Bring in music, bring in background scenery, bring in more ambiance to the experience. These are what these rooms are being used for. And again, there's lots of possibilities, but it's about connecting with other people. That's ultimately what's happening in these rooms.
Okay, so let me ask you. So, all right, so we go here. They create a room. Is there a fee for these rooms, these virtual spaces?
No, you can try a room. You can create it. You can use all the features, almost all the features, and you can create a space and make it yours. You can invite people over. You can test it out. If you want to use some of the premium features, and there are some really great ones, and if you want to use those, there is a premium upgrade that you can do, and that'll give you access to more of those capabilities. But you can use your room, and it's in what we call test mode. So ultimately, it's you building, creating, inviting people over, using it, making it the way you want it to be. And then if you want to use some of the more advanced features, you can upgrade into a paid experience.
Okay, so when you say advanced features, what is the advanced features? What does that mean?
Yeah, there's more customizations, or the first thing that most people will notice. So you're able to do more. You're able to make it more yours. How can you do that? Well, you can change some of the branding in different ways. You can ultimately change the URL. So you've got yours. I think it says, if I can see that correctly, I am tall boy, right? So being able to do those kinds of things, have more of your brand brought to the forefront. That's what you pay for, is in the premium experience. There's also things like screen sharing. There's a mode that we call streaming mode, which effectively puts the host of the room. Every room has a host, but it puts them at the center of the experience in sort of a streaming fashion. So a lot of folks will be familiar with that on like a YouTube or something along those lines. But these are the kind of advanced features that you get if you upgrade to premium.
All right, so you have a question here that was presented. Let me see if I can get that on the screen. It says,
Sure.
other than conversations, can your virtual spaces allow for specific skills or training classes?
Yeah, great question, and that's exactly the kind of things that are happening in these spaces. So we've noticed that, and we've gotten a lot of feedback from several people who are running training courses or who are doing coaching, who are ultimately sharing skills in these spaces. They're fantastic for that. They remove a lot of the friction of getting together, and they allow for somebody who wants a curated experience that others can benefit from to create that, and then people can drop in. So yeah, absolutely, trainings and coaching and those sorts of things are happening in these rooms.
Now, this is what I saw when I went into the room, and I said, you know what, this makes sense for something like an artist that wants to host a private meet and greet, and then you can give them that link, if that makes sense, and then you can
It
lock the
does.
room. You can lock the room, and then it's just a private one-on-one for a creative that wants to do like woodworking, like Matt Haas that's watching right now. He can
Hmm.
say, hey, if you want to come join my class or if you want to come see how I do things, it's private and it's hands on because everyone's in this room. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yeah, that's right. We actually modeled these rooms after, in many ways, a physical room. So these rooms have a front door. They have the ability to lock that front door, just as you mentioned. We tried and have successfully created a lot of the things that that would normally be present in a physical experience, a shared experience physically. We've tried to recreate some of that here, and so that's absolutely possible. You can make these spaces private, but one of the great things about them is that they are very easy to be public. I mean, there's just really very little friction to get into the rooms. There's no passwords required. You don't have to install any new software. You don't have to download anything. You don't all have to be using the same technology, I should say, like the same hardware, the same computer, or something like that, the same operating system. None of that stuff is necessary. If you've got internet connection and a browser, then you can create a space that you make yours and invite people over and connect with people for whatever reason makes sense to you. And once you try it, you're going to realize how much better these kinds of connections can be. The technology that's out there right now that a lot of us have become very used to, it really is kind of the level one of what's possible. So we're really pushing the envelope and trying to give people more control over the experience.
Okay, I'm trying to see if I can get this room to come up, and I don't know how active I can probably do over here in the actual room, but let me see what we
Hmm.
have here. I see you can change the room layout, like so. We're actually into the actual design tools. You could literally
Hmm.
change the room to where you can get different backgrounds. Am I correct?
That's right.
And
Yeah.
then
So what you go ahead.
go. No, no, go ahead. I'm listening.
I was gonna say, so what you're looking at is basically the in-room experience, and the background that looks like right now, maybe it's inside of a cafe or something like that. That can be changed to be really anything you want. So imagine your brand, imagine the kind of creation, the kind of place that you want to create, the vibe or the experience that you want to create. That can be represented in this background space. This can be an image. This could also be a video. This could be something that has motion or that has some more dynamic aspects to it. You also can bring music to the experience. So you see here in the bottom right that there is a little music player right now. It says "chill out zone," but this is something that is shared with anybody who's in the room. So as a host, and every room does have a host, and if you're a host, that means you can control the experience for the rest of the folks. Every host can set up a playlist or set up the ambiance, set up the vibe the way they want it, and then others can share that when they drop in. So it really is about curating experiences, and we give you all the tools to do that. Everything from, as you mentioned, theming and colors and imagery, but also messaging and the sort of end-to-end visitor experience is yours to control. And I think that's the key. That's what we wanted to unlock with these is to give you a little corner of the internet that you could make yours and that you could meet with your people in a way that was much easier and much more meaningful.
Okay. Now is the room like a time limit on it, or how does that work? Like once you create the room, is there a time limit for that people can actually be in the room?
No time limits. No time limits. And it looks like in your room here that's on the screen, you don't actually have the video component working, sort of on right now. But there is
Yeah, I don't
when
want
people
people
join
seeing
the
us.
room. Yeah, I get it. I'm like, but when people join, you're able to see each other on video. There's small little bubbles. It's a much more approachable way to connect. But that's a really important piece of this. You can see and talk with people in these rooms as well. But no time limits. There are very few limitations outside of branding and kind of like advanced customizations, connecting them to other tools and things like that. We really want you to be able to make a place that's yours and to love it and to build it into, whatever ritual or whatever sort of experience that you have. That's what we're trying to do with these rooms. So we don't want to put a lot of limitations on it.
Now I saw that you could do, if I'm correct, I saw that you could do connect to Spotify, the radio, and there was something else that you connect to. So
Mm-hmm.
how does that widget or how does that work integrated with your software and go in from there? How does that work?
Yeah, yeah. We wanted you to be able to bring your vibe, bring your music, bring your media. So what we've done is we've allowed you to ultimately connect to popular playlists or playlists that you might want to have others be able to benefit from in the space. Spotify is one of them. Very popular. A lot of people are using it. There's a lot of great music available there. So if you've got a Spotify account and you want that to be something other people can benefit from, then you can bring that into the room. When people come into the room, they're able to click play, and whatever you've curated, whatever music you set up for them, will be the experience that everybody will share. YouTube, you can connect YouTube. Now you've got a growing YouTube fan base, and I have no doubt it's going to be thousands, thousands, not hundreds of thousands soon. You could bring some of the YouTube videos and other things that you create into the experience, and you would be able to kind of load those up as a playlist, and then all other people could play those, or you could control that yourself. So those are some of the things, and then online radio, and we're looking at other types of ways to bring in more media into the experience. But that's how it works today.
Okay. So like I said, we're gonna come after this show. We're gonna go into the meeting room. We're gonna get a chance to see Darren, see me, and you can come
Yeah,
in. All I ask you to do is bring your favorite beverage. Come camera ready.
that's it.
Find a solid wall if your house is looking all messed up. Now, if you're using a cell phone, this is one thing that we were trying to find out.
Hmm.
Is it Safari and Chrome, or how does that work? Because some people were having some problems when we were doing, some R
Yeah.
testing over the last few weeks.
Hmm.
How does that work?
Yeah, the mobile experience isn't where it needs to be yet. We're getting there. This is a relatively new technology that we built, and so we're not quite there on all devices yet. But you should still be able to join, and I would encourage joining from Chrome if you're going to be on a mobile phone or something like that. Chrome or Safari should work, but it's the desktop experience is certainly far superior at this point, and that's where I recommend people join. Laptop, desktop, even an iPad.
Now,
You
I
don't need to
will.
worry about your background so much.
Now,
You
now,
don't need to worry about that so much.
Hold up.
We've created these rooms in a way that you're not going to be showing off everything behind you. The video experience really is a much more approachable one. So I don't want anybody to think that if they show up they've got to be really be in the most camera ready shape. I think you'll be happy to know that you're not going to be necessarily the focus of the room. It's going to be the group, the experience that we're all experiencing in the room versus any one individual.
okay. Well, you got James Hicks. I'm pretty sure you know him very well. He said that's a good dude right
Yeah, that's my
there.
guy.
And then
Yep.
Shirley says, and this is a good question here. I'm curious how this is different from the Zoom platform.
Yeah, one of the things that we found has kind of communicated this pretty well. It's almost as if Zoom and maybe MySpace sort of had a baby, right? If that works for you, there's a level of sort of owning how the experience works for others that not only technically but aesthetically, the design, the vibe. I mentioned bringing music and other ambiance to the room. These are things that you can't do certainly on most video conferencing platforms, and that's where we really shine. So yes, you can see on video. Yes, you can talk to folks, and you can chat just like you would on Zoom. But once you experience a room, you'll notice how much different it is than what you're used to for like a Zoom experience.
So I say this: if you are a creator, if you are an event planner, and you want to say, "Hey, I want to be able to get everybody in for like a wedding and just get all parties in house instead of trying to do a Zoom room. This is a more intimate setting. That's the
Yeah.
way it feels. If you're an artist or a creator or something of that nature, I think this is a great way to do your meet and greets, where
Mm.
you can say, "Hey, with this code, is there a way to monetize off of this? Like, do you have like where you take payments for like Cash App or PayPal or Zelle or something like that? Do you have anything to where they take payments to where once a payment is made, then they get a link and then now all of a sudden they can come into the room as opposed to just giving out the dedicated link?"
Yeah, stay tuned for that. So these are things that we're definitely exploring right now, and I think that there's a good chance that we'll look to be able to help creators create and benefit from that in these rooms, monetize it. I think there's a good chance that's the case.
Okay, so business owners, entrepreneurs, just think, all right, I need to be able to talk to you instead of you out here trying to figure out how to, let's just meet over here at the coffee shop at Starbucks. You can literally just say, just log into my account. We can have the whole team jump on. If you're a politician, you can have your whole team jump in. Now, one thing that we noticed, and I'm not trying to beat you up, but this is one thing that we noticed
Oh,
is
please.
when we tested this, one thing that we found was I could kick you out the room, but there was no way for me to mute you. So if I'm
Mm.
talking and it's 100 people in the room and everybody is talking, how can I mute them, or how can we find a way to silence that person, not removing them completely from the room? That was one of the hiccups that we saw when we tested with some of the people that are commenting right now on the show. How do you
Yeah,
address
no,
that, or is that something that's going to be in the near future to where you can say, "Hey, it's 100 people in the room. I'm the host. I want to allow you to talk, but I don't want the other 50 people in there talking," if that makes sense.
it does. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and this is something that we've also heard as well, and something that we've experienced ourselves. So we're very thoughtful about how we introduce these sort of things, and what we're making sure that we're not doing here is just recreating something that it's already out there, but with just a little bit of a twist. We really
Hmm.
want these rooms to be, thoughtfully designed, and so, but giving the host the control of the space is something that's very important to us, and so we have thought a lot about the audio in that fashion. I will tell you that we have different modes, and you may have tried this. And a mode, I want you to think about it as sort of just like a shortcut to configuring the room the way you want it, and then having the room configured in sort of a preset way. One of the modes that we have is silent mode. And what silent mode does is it disables microphones altogether. It doesn't even allow people to come on or off the microphone. Right? It just takes it out of the whole experience. So what you'll likely see from us in the not too distant future is the ability to do more of those sorts of things. So create a kind of configuration that is the way you want as a host, and then be able to enter in and out of that, quickly versus kind of piecing it all together. I think that's probably how that'll show up, but effectively the same thing. You'll be able to control more of the experience.
Okay, that's what's up. I see somebody already jumped into the room already. Oh, they can't hear me, but it's all right. I'll be over there in a second.
Yeah.
They're already jumping into the room already just to see what it looks like. Um, James has a question here, and he says, "Have you talked about the streaming aspect yet? What is that? How does it work? Real briefly."
Yeah, I just touched on it, but I didn't go in depth. But there is a streaming mode, and it's a really unique one. So ultimately, what it allows you to do is, like you may expect, stream the camera. So my camera right now is on my computer that I'm on, right? And you could stream this into the background. So as you're looking at this space, you would be able to see me streaming into that whole background area. And be able to interact with visitors in a very similar way that we're doing here, but with chat and a few other things. Um, you can also, though, you choose a second camera angle, and that is we've enabled this as to allow you to choose your cell phone as that second camera. So
Mm.
you can send yourself a text message from the app, from the website that ultimately allows you to click on the link in your phone and open up your phone's camera and stream that to the background. That untethers you from having to be in front of your computer. It opens up all kinds of opportunities, certainly for creators and makers or people who want to show, what they're doing, maybe with their hands or take them on a tour or something like that. And it really does create more creative opportunities for folks. So that's a really fun feature and something I would definitely encourage folks to play around with a bit more if you end up in these spaces, hosting these spaces.
So they say it's a baby MySpace and Zoom. They say that's cute.
I like it.
And
there you
then
go.
James says that's a perfect analogy. All of us old school folks remember MySpace. And then for the ones who are watching now, the new Clubhouse, but with video. So but without a mute button yet. So but you can get kicked out. You can get kicked out of the room. So,
you got you can get removed.
So, like I said, for creators, entrepreneurs, business owners, influencers, musicians, artists, whatever, if you have something that you're doing, I think that this is a great way for you to take advantage of it. It's a Oregon-based platform, and it's so basically it was made in the USA. So it's not like you're dealing with the MySpaces and Zuckerberg is from the United States, so okay, I get it. This has nothing to do with your co-working spaces. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct. So, for those of you who are familiar or who are not familiar with what we do, we also have another product that helps people find physical, real world places to get work done, to co-work. And in many ways, what we have built for the virtual world, for the online spaces, was by the physical spaces that we help people connect in previously, and we still do that. But with the pandemic and so many folks, moving to more virtual experiences, this has been our focus, building this in the last, about 18 months or so.
Okay. All right. So if you guys would like to drop in, if you look in the link, at the top part of the description of the YouTube video, right underneath where it says today's date and Darren Buckner and Tallboy Talks Tech News, if you look in the description of the video that you're watching right now, you will see how to get involved or how to jump into the room. I think it's beta. So write this down if you have a piece of paper and a pen. Beta, that's beta.work from, so that's WORK from FROM.coffee. So beta.workfrom.coffee. Then you have to do the / and there it is coming up on the screen right now. You have to put the @ and then I am Tallboy, and then you can jump into the room. Okay. Now, if you choose to use a cell phone, because I know some people are watching on their cell phone, and we've done this, tap the 3 dots in the right hand corner and use the browser of your choice. So he's saying probably use Chrome and not Safari. This is just a meet and greet. Bring your favorite beverage. We're only going to be in there for about 5 or 10 minutes, so you can talk to him, see him, and we can all interact live just like we're doing now, but you can now talk to him in real time, okay? Before we get up out of here, I understand, Sister Queen, I get it if you're not going to be able to make it. But beta.workfrom.coffee / @I am Tallboy. While I'm pulling up the spin wheel, it's cut off. So if you're watching the show and you didn't comment, I'm sorry. I asked you guys to watch. It is what it is.
Too late.
You want to tell people what you're doing or what you would like to do for somebody?
Let's upgrade somebody. Let's get them into a premium experience. I think that would be a fantastic thing to be able to leave with.
So basically, it's free for everybody to do this. But if you want the premium features, that gives you what? A dedicated name or something like that?
That gives you more control over the branding of it. It gives you that streaming that we just talked about. It gives you a few other features that allow you, again, to sort of make it more yours. And that we'd love to have that experience.
Okay. All right. So I'm pulling up the the spin wheel right now of all the people who have
Spin wheel.
commented this evening. And basically, just give me one moment. Ron Sheridan, unfortunately, you cannot win because you really already know about all of this. James Hicks, if your name comes up on the spin wheel, you've already won. So I'm sorry, you cannot win this product. So I'm just letting you know, just giving you a heads up. I love you, but you cannot win. All right. So those are the only two names. I did see Sammy Superstar's name on there, but I did not add him because he always wins, and I'm not trying to be discriminatory towards him. All right. So let's see what we have here. Let me see if I can get the names popped up. Give me 1 second, Darren. I'm almost done. Trying to get
No problem.
trying to get this up.
I'm having a blast.
So basically, you're getting a premium subscription of Workfrom. And let's see, am I getting this right? Give me 1 second, because we should have been done by 9 o'clock, and we're like 13 minutes over. I'm so sorry, guys. Let me see.
Too much fun.
There we go. Let's see if we can get this to come over. Drop it down just a little bit. Darren, put him up over here. Darren, is there anything else you want the people to know about you? Anything that you would like them to just be aware of or cognizant of while I'm working on this?
Well, like I said, I'd love for people to try out the spaces. I think you'll be quite pleased and quite happy with what's possible. I always welcome people to reach out to me. You can follow me on Twitter, connect with me there. DMs are open. It's at Darren Buckner. Also the same on Instagram. And if you show up at the meet and greet here afterwards, I'm happy to share more direct communication or direct contact info too. And maybe there's another room or another premium experience or something that might give away in the meet and greet after this. Maybe there's some more left. I don't know. We'll see.
It says, can someone add a URL here? I'm not sure what that means. Y'all want the premium look and feel? I got my fingers crossed for you to win. Old School Tuesday Turn Up. Yeah, so that was James Hicks. Let me see if I can get that comment to pop up on the screen. Not sure if it did or not, but let's go ahead and jump into it. Y'all want that premium look and feel? I got my fingers crossed for you to win. All right, Old School Tuesday Turn Up. You got one person pulling for you, okay? Nice way to have a nice meet and greet when this is over with. All right, let's find our winner. Our winner is going to be... Let's see what we have here. Okay.
All right. All right.
Leonard McGee, you won a premium subscription. I'll reach out to you personally and let you know how to go about getting that account and linking you up with Darren. And with that being said, I definitely thank everybody for hanging out with us and making this show a success, even though we had a little bit of buffering. I'm sorry about that. Don't judge me.
A few tech issues.
Before we get up out of here, I got to do this. I almost forgot about it. So check this out. Hey guys, are you looking for content? Have you cut the cord? We got weekly episodes, right? Weekly episodes. Download the channel, TBE Media. It's on Roku and Amazon Fire, all right? Roku, Amazon Fire Stick. You got one of those. TBE Media. We got a tech show, we got a cooking show, and we also have Old School Tuesday Turn Up. It's some great content out there. People are looking for content, and I am providing it for you. So if you are interested in the Old School Tuesday Turn Up, we just had High Five, we've had Sherelle, we've had Lisa, we've had Kango Kid, Chubb Rock, Sherelle, Shirley Jones from the Jones Girls, a whole lot of folks that was on that channel. So you can go over there and see what's on there. You can also learn what's going on in the tech world, and you can learn a few meals from Hit the Spot. All right. So thank you guys so much. Download the channel, TBE Media. It's on Roku and Amazon Fire. Hey man, man. These are live reads, Darren. I'm sorry, man. It's live reads, man.
Good
All right,
stuff.
guys.
Good stuff.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us on the Lab Tech Show. If you guys have any questions, I will put it up here one more time for you. Go to work beta. That's beta.workfrom.coffee/@IamTallBoy. If you look in the description of this video at the top, it's right there. And let me see. I'm just making sure that I have my bearings right because I don't want you guys saying I can't find it. I can't find it. All right. So hopefully, I think I messed something up. I didn't do it right. Where is it at? Okay, I don't know. Oh, there it is. Meetup. There it is. Sorry about that. So basically, just meet us after the show. Visit beta.workfrom.coffee/@IamTallBoy, and you should be good to go from there. All right. I look forward to seeing you guys in a few minutes. Thank you for hanging out. It is the Lab Tech Show. You want to tell them anything before we get up out of here?
Thanks, everybody. Let me join. I appreciate it and look forward to seeing you soon.
All right. There it is, guys. Y'all be good.